Left hungry in business class, that's Aeromexico. From sunny Cancun on their shiny new Boeing 737 MAX is hopefully a similar experience to my newfound love for chimichangas, adding weight to my hips and packed full of flavour in a very satisfying way. Today we're checking out their business class to see if it lives up to the hype, from the seat comfort and the privacy to the service, meals and the overall experience. So is it as satisfying as the food passed down generations? Or just a ready meal you wish you hadn't bothered with?
Take me back to Mexico, that Cancun sun will turn the sun or high on me, wanted to vibe with me. Take me back to Mexico, that Cancun.
Although this is a really beautiful hotel, the weather is not so good today. I mean, this is Cancun, so maybe it's not going to be the sunniest of takeoffs. I haven't flown Aeromexico for quite some time now. Last time I did fly them, it was on the Boeing 787 in economy, so this is going to be a different experience. The 737 MAX in business class, let's go before it rains. I could have stayed in downtown Cancun, but honestly, when the hotel looks this gorgeous, the last thing you want to do is try and battle for a taxi in Cancun. If you ever tried, you would know it's a case of trying not to get overcharged. The Hilton Garden Inn is just a 5-minute stroll from Terminal 3, which used to be perfect, but since my last visit, they've decided to upgrade its airport and open the shiny new Terminal 4. That's where I arrived yesterday on Condor in the beautiful prime seat on the Airbus A330neo, and it's also where Aeromexico now lives. Luckily, the hotel has a complimentary shuttle, because without it I'd be still wandering around the airport playing Find the Exit, like it's some sort of tropical escape room challenge. Is that a dirty window? No, it's in the far distance a large grey cloud, so before the road turns into a river I'd best be on my way. So I just had this crap scared out of me, because basically what happened was, got the shuttle from the hotel, and the driver took off my bag at Terminal 2. I'm guessing he was a bit confused, or maybe just really at his start. Anyway, nearly lost my luggage. For those having a real panic now about going to Cancun, this wasn't a scam. It was just a case of my bag was loaded at the same time as a large family. If I hadn't noticed it being taken off, I have no idea what I would have done. So far, I'm genuinely impressed. I'm not saying the other terminal is basic, no shade there, just that design evolves, and so do our expectations. This new one just feels cleaner, more modern, and like it actually wants you to enjoy being an airport, which is already a miracle by aviation standards. In comparison to the older airport, this is such a different experience. A really modern terminal. Check-in was really easy. There's absolutely no queue, and now it's off to see whether I'm getting to the lounge or not. Before that's even a consideration, there are lots of wonderful distractions, especially as my suspicions tell me I won't be getting in. Maybe I can buy a sombrero in the meantime to keep me safe from the rain, at slightly inflated prices. Even the t-shirts, which I often consider because some of mine have holes in and can't be worn out in public, need replacing. But at $30 per t-shirt, that's a bit much, especially when I know the beauty printed designs will probably rub off. So unfortunately, Aeromexico doesn't pay for lounge access. It doesn't matter whether you're traveling in first or business, or if you have Sky Priority. It's not solely an Aeromexico thing. I had the same issue with American Airlines last time. So luckily, I brought some snacks, which at least will use up 60 seconds before I'm left wandering the terminal, trying to improve my step count for the day. I'm wondering why I didn't book the earlier flight. So it's no time to board, let's have a look at today's journey map. Now it's onto the seat map. After making sure that my phone is fully charged, because you never know if there's a plug, it's a short 2.5 hour hop over to Mexico City, or about 805 miles. Tacos are likely, pizza is also on the table when I arrive because either way I'm going to need it. You'll find out exactly why very soon. Flying Premium 1 or Business Class has its benefits, including Zona Uno pre-boarding, but how about the seating? Like its North American and Asian cousins, this is a proper business class cabin. Dedicated seats and not a middle seat taken out of service, in a 2-2 layout across 4 rows, which is already very encouraging. AeroMexico uses the Collins Aerospace MIQ seat. It's 21 inches of width and it's 38 inches of pitch. It looks really similar to American Airlines, except the big difference is the TV in front, which is currently cycling through adverts, which is the airline industry's latest experiment for making revenue, but I'll admit it's a very good size. There's a handy footrest, which is useful if you like to keep deep vein thrombosis at bay. And as standard with this product, a handy storage nook on the right hand side, alongside power outlets, the headphone jack and a very modern looking remote for the in-flight entertainment system. My blanket does appear to have gone missing, although it won't be the only thing that's lacking on today's flight. Where things do improve though is with the headphones. I was genuinely delighted to find a proper premium pair, the same ones you normally get on a long haul route. There are plenty of air nozzles and LED reading lights, which is a welcome for anyone who's been suffering in the humidity. And just in time there's a welcome drink, although the only option appears to be water, which may already be a small red flag for the meal service and what's to come. With plenty of water outside the window as well, that brings us neatly to the takeoff. I'm hoping for bright dramatic ocean views, although knowing my luck it'll be grey and cloudy.
Reason to throw my game, not really why I came. Oh, do me a favor, pour me another glass, pour hearts that never last. Oh, take me, I'm a wild one, getting bored out looking for attention. I'm not looking to meet a friend, no. Looking for love instead, for someone I appreciate, and everything across my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crave. You really are a different taste. I love that I don't know your.
In-flight magazines are so rare these days, thanks to recent viruses, that I almost feel compelled to mention them when they do appear. Especially when they're filled with tempting destinations like London back home, great for Christmas trips, and glossy photos of the aircraft in the fleet. They're also a great way to pass the time and to distract nervous flyers, though I should probably clarify I have absolutely no scientific background to support that. It is rare for an airline not to have an in-flight map, although one airline did surprise me. Moving on to films, I can't help but feel that Jack Black is wasting a very good looking meal in Minecraft. The film itself is entertaining, humorous and packed with well-known actors, but unfortunately it's also a reminder that I'm about to have a rather underwhelming food offering on this flight, and that probably should have packed snacks. I imagine by now you're on the edge of your seat waiting to see the disappointment, but that's after we look through the variety of content available on the in-flight entertainment, which is really good. Lots of new movies, classics that will easily make you stress what to pick on such a short route, out of fear of missing out. My attention is very much split between the movie and a member of cabin crew who's slowly making her way down the aisle, and when she finally arrives with a basket, I have mixed feelings. I appreciate this is a short flight, but a handful of snacks isn't going to keep hunger at bay, and immediately regret not eating more in the lounge. It'll do, but if it went for the upgraded seat, I'd probably be disappointed, which makes you wonder, what if anything do you get in economy? A drinks menu would have been a good idea, but instead of asking the cabin crew to rattle off the list of drinks, I stick with another glass of water. Not very exciting, but at least I have some dried mango I packed, well, emergency provisions for moments like this. My assessment so far, this truly is a mixed bag of goodies when it comes to flying. The seat is great, the lounge was poor, the service is with a smile, but the food is basic, with the deciding factor being the bathroom tour. I joke, this is a very normal bathroom on a plane that is only meant to work short routes, so it's not a surprise that there are no surprises. It is rather tight, and honestly, I was expecting to be a little bit more modern, but it's clean, it's functional, that's all that really matters. Back in the comfort of my seat, the passenger next to me has gone off in the same direction, allowing me to film the recline of the seat without an awkward stare. It's only a few inches, but it's enough to attempt to sleep, although personally I think you need to wedge your pillow between the seat and the wall. On our approach to Mexico City, the lights are dimmed. I'm not sure why, but it's very pretty. And once we do land, I have something interesting to share with you. Either way, I thank you for continuing to watch to the end.
I'm a white wine, getting bored out looking for attention. I'm not looking to meet new friends. No, I've been looking for a lover instead, for someone I appreciate, and everything crossed my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crave. You really are a different taste. I love that I don't know your name. Sunrise is dancing up on the rooftop bar.
And now we landed, it's time for the conclusion. So I've just checked into the hotel. They are really strict about check-in time. It's 3 PM regardless, considering it's an airport hotel where people arrive at all times of the day. Anyway, I'm a little bit mixed about today's flight. It's hard because I know in America and Mexico there's slightly different rules when it comes to lounge access. I appreciate that it's a domestic flight, so I guess the numbers don't really make sense. The seat itself is really good. It's very comfortable, nice amount of recline. I also enjoyed the fact that there was a good size in-flight entertainment screen with a reasonable amount of entertainment. It's not the most extensive, but the thing that sort of really got to me is there's no lounge access, and then there's no real food on board. The snacks are kind of like a get buy because they're a little bit cheap perhaps. Not a huge cost to Aeroméxico, but to me, could have done something a little bit heartier, maybe even a sandwich. Just before I wish you goodbye, the big surprise, well, I noted that my luggage was zip tied when I arrived. And after researching this online, apparently there's been far too many instances of thefts and the airlines got fed up. Otherwise, a great experience, nice boarding process, nice terminal, thank you and safe travels.